Hello, folks. It's Wednesday, and you are listening to the Nasty Talks, so enjoy.
I'm just not there yet. Can't he see that I'm not there yet? I wonder if this feels good. This definitely doesn't feel good. He seems to enjoy it. Okay, stop thinking about that. Hold your breath, focus, think about the laundry. Stop acting like such a slut. Stop feeling too much.
These are just some of the thoughts that women have in their mind when they're having sex. With that being said, the topic of today is how to make it better for her in bed and how to make her feel good and hopefully make her come. Many men would say that women are complicated. And to be honest, they're pretty much right. We are complicated. And the reason why we are so complicated is because we overthink things. And we assume that men should know what we are thinking about without us telling them what we are thinking about. And that's pretty hard to do, right? So in this episode, I'll just give you a little bit of a hint of what women like in bed and how to make them feel better. And just so you have in mind, this is just something that I like or friends of mine like. It's not a recipe for all women to feel good in bed. So just have that in your mind. Without further ado, let's start. Sex actually starts before we get into the bedroom. That's why it is important to give compliments to the woman that you have next to you. Make her feel comfortable. Because we overthink things, we like to be reminded about the fact that we are beautiful and that we are important to this person that wants to have sex with us. Make sure to ask her about her fantasies. And what type of fantasies does she have? What does she want to do in bed? That will help you understand what you can do in order to make her feel good. Maybe you didn't know, but many women struggle with sexual desire. And in this case, there's not much you can do as a man. That's a problem that the woman has and she needs to deal with it. If you are a person that is struggling with sexual desire, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, please seek help to any psychologist or sex educator, sex coach, whatever it is, somebody that is entitled to give you advice on this aspect. With that being said, we want to be complimented. We want to get compliments on how beautiful we are and how good we are looking and how sexy we are and all that. I feel like there's a lot of men who are very self-centered and then they go into the bed with this idea of, okay, I'm gonna have sex. And then they're fucking and then that's all that's happening and then they're coming and then that's it. Sex is done. They got what they wanted and that's it. Please don't do that. We are important as well and we want to feel comfortable and we want to come. Make her come or try and make her come. It's gonna make a big difference in how she sees you and how she's enjoying the sexual act. And something to keep in mind is that we have a clitoris, if you know, like the thing that is on top of the hole that you're using. Yeah, that is pretty important and that is actually one of the things that make us come more often. There's actually not a lot of women that can come from penetration. So that's why it's actually important to stimulate the clitoris and try to make her come external like that. So you can have that in mind in case you didn't know until now. Now you do. And now you can do it. Yay! Whoa! Foreplay. Foreplay is super, super important, especially for women, also for men actually, but especially for women because it gets us in the mood and it makes us a bit more comfortable into having sex. It also makes our pussy wet. So since we are talking about foreplay, I have some examples of things, small things that can get women turned on. One of the first things that is pretty obvious is kisses. Kisses like French kiss, kisses on the neck, kisses on the body, kisses on the clitoris, wherever you want to, just kiss her. Then, if you do a little bit of moaning, maybe when you kiss her close to the neck or the ear, or even when you French kiss her and you moan a little bit, it's gonna be amazing. You're gonna get her super wet. And small touches. Like, you don't have to go directly to the clit, just having like nice touches on the neck, on the head, and going down and on the chest, like play with the boobies and then go on the arms, whatever, on the thighs. Just touchy. We love the touchy. And maybe you can also do a little bit of sex talk. You can tell her how much you want her. You can tell her how hard you are and all that. Something that I really like personally is to get a little bit of blowing in the ear, or like close to the ear, maybe not directly in the ear, but close to my ear and close to the sensitive areas. Like, I don't know, if you're kissing me on the body and all that, and you're also doing a little bit of blowing air on it, it's amazing. If any other women haven't tried it yet, please do. And guys, please do it. It's also nice for men, actually. So it goes both ways anyways, but it's really nice. And as I said before, don't be self-centered. Try to give her the pleasure that she needs and she wants. You won't regret it. I think being considerate is also a very important aspect. As for example, a lot of women would probably like to have the lights off when they're having sex, so therefore they're not going to be so conscious about their bodies, and then they would actually be more comfortable to have sex and do more in bed. Because, sometimes when we want to have sex and we want to ride or we want to like do certain things with our bodies, then we get conscious that, oh, what is he saying? What is he thinking about this? Like my tummy is hanging a bit. I don't like my butt, how it looks right now in this position, blah, blah, blah. And when the lights are off, then we are a bit more comfortable knowing that they can't see that much and men cannot see that much. So that's also something to, have in mind. Sometimes it's good. And I think the most important thing is just to ask the women what they want. Do they want the lights on? Do they like the lights off? Do they want something else in bed? Do they not, like maybe some toys? Do they like it rough? Do they like it more easy and slow? So just ask them. Okay, so you've been considerate of all these things. You've been doing a nice foreplay and making her feel a little bit more comfortable and in the mood. And now it's time for sex. So something to be careful about and pay attention to is the way she moans and the way her body is enjoying the sex. Sometimes when she's moaning, it's a really good indicator that she likes the sex. But sometimes moaning can become more like a mechanical thing, and she's doing it because it would be awkward to not have any sound, or because she just got used to doing it. And it's not necessarily because she's really enjoying the moment. So maybe pay attention at her body and how she is actually moving her body. Is she tense or is she relaxed? Where are her hands? What is she doing with her hands while you're having sex or while you're licking her or something like that? Where is she looking? Is she having her eyes closed? Are they open? Is she looking at you? Is she looking at her pussy while you're fucking her? What is she doing? Based on that, you're going to realize if she's actually enjoying herself or if she's stressed and tense and feeling uncomfortable, and then you can assess the situation based on what you see. Most women need to get out of their heads to be able to come. So they would close their eyes and imagine as if you're not there. And don't worry, it's not because she doesn't want you there. It's more because she wants to, it's more because she doesn't want to think about how she looks. And she wants to think that she's alone and you're a vibrator and you're just making her come, and it's amazing. And then after she comes, she's gonna pay attention to you again. So don't worry, it's just our way of spacing out and focusing on the feeling and not on the person that is in the room. In case you don't eat her out, you have to do that. It's essential for making her happy and making her come while you're having sex. So do it. If you're not as advanced in what it means and how it is to lick her pussy and to, make her squirt and stuff like that, you can at any point check some books out, and there's plenty of stuff and materials on how to pleasure a woman. So you can always look into that. If you need any help with it, hit me up. I'll give you materials. And ask her to ride you. It will increase her confidence and it will make her feel so powerful that you are enjoying her fucking you. And that will therefore make her more horny, and it will probably get her to come. So if you're not sure on what you're doing and if what you're doing is actually pleasuring her in any way, then just ask her, do you like this? Do you want it more like this? What do you think of this? Is it good for you? And all that. So communication, people, communication. So you've been having sex and it has been amazing because you have been applying all these small things that I've been telling you, and she seems like she's being possessed by your penis. It's amazing. But it's time for your grand finale. An important thing to keep in mind is that you can ask her where she wants you to come, and that's actually going to make her feel better. It's going to make her feel like she's in control of the situation. So do that. After you've been having sex, it was all good, a wonderful experience. We are all happy with it. And one of the most important things, actually even more important than all the things that I've mentioned before about sex, it's the cuddling. Every woman, I would say, I believe, I don't think that there's any woman that doesn't like the cuddles. We love it. Some women don't even like the sex. I actually have a friend, she doesn't really enjoy the sex that much. She actually enjoys the cuddles. So that's what we are actually looking for. We are looking for the cuddles more than the sex. I'm joking. Like I like the sex, but the cuddles are also pretty nice. So don't forget about that. And as I've mentioned at the beginning, women are different, so don't assume that what works for one will work for all of them. It's not a recipe for success in bed, but just communicating with her and talking about what she likes, what she wants you to do, and all that will make her get to that point and will probably make her come and will make her want you even more in her bed. But don't stress about it. It's supposed to be fun, right? You're supposed to be enjoying it as much as she is enjoying it, so don't think too much of it. Just go in there and have fun and just pay attention at the small things that you see. I know that men are not that much detail-oriented as women are, but there are certain things that are obvious for you to pick up on. Sometimes it's even nice if you make jokes in bed. I actually like it. I like to be more loose a little bit and have fun and laugh a bit. And I think that helps with most of the women that might also be a bit shy in bed or tense, or they're maybe in the beginning and they don't know what to expect, or they might actually haven't been having sex in a long time and it's a bit of a stressing situation. But don't worry, it's not that hard to make her feel good in bed. It's more about treating sex as any other thing in life, any other goal that you have in life. If your goal in life is, I don't know, to run a marathon, you would enjoy the process of getting there. And that's actually the most important thing. And that's how women also like to treat sex. It's not about coming. That's not the end goal. It is about feeling good, feeling comfortable. It's more like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it's still fine. Because we are enjoying the moment and we are enjoying the sex. Sex is good even without coming. And I think it's more about the connection that you create with that person and the feelings that you have. I would say that it's not necessarily something that happens to all women, but most of the women, if they decide to have sex with a guy, they mostly already have a connection with that person and have certain feelings for them, in the sense that they will not have sex with a random guy normally. It does happen, but it's not necessarily how we perceive sex and sexual attraction. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Women don't have sex to come. That is not our end goal. Our end goal is to have a good time and to enjoy having sex. And therefore, it is really nice most of the times if we get to come. Obviously, it feels good. But I think it's important to not put pressure on a woman to come, because for women, it is harder to get to an orgasm than for men. And it's most probably because we are so much in our heads and we think so much about how we look and how we're doing this. Is this good? Are we doing it right? And it's just a lot of overthinking, you know. We just have a lot of that in our heads. So that's why it's probably harder for us to come. But it's not something that we necessarily want from every sex session that we have. In the end, remember that sex is not about doing something good and doing it good. It's about feeling good about it. So don't stress about it too much. Have fun and maybe even make jokes in bed. Maybe these tips are helping you. I hope so, at least. And maybe you can even get her come while using these. And I hope that they will increase the quality of your sex life. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you with another episode next Wednesday.